Hey guys, it's Dauntless, and welcome to another episode of World of Tanks Tactics. For this episode, I'll be showcasing the Chinese Tier 8 Premium Heavy Tank, the 112. Uh, the map we're fighting on this time is Westfield, and we are going to be fighting from the western base. So as you can see, the enemy has two very strong Tier 9 heavy tanks, and from my mindset, I figured they're going to be pushing north. And so, as a heavy tank myself, with my platoon mate Matt, we both agree that it's probably in our best interest to take the north. And so, right off the bat, we're going to be pushing up there, and I'm going to be somewhat aggressive and see what I can light. Now, right off the bat, the M103 gets lit. From this point, I'm assuming that the WZ is also going to be with him, but I'm going to sneak up here and hopefully get a shot in. Really unfortunate that I didn't pan that shot. I don't know. I must have had a really low roller that must have hit his track, but immediately I see that the heavy tanks are pushing and also that the Pershing on the left is going to be trying to take side shots at me. Um, and so immediately I communicate over TeamSpeak with Matt and ask him to do what he can to suppress the Pershing while I try to hold these heavy tanks back. So right here I'm going to take a shot at the commander's hatch, good shot. Quite easy to pen if you can hit it. These guns are not the most accurate, so Matt's going to fall back a little bit and get a better angle on that Pershing. And so whenever he pops, he'll be able to get a shot. After the buff, the 112 has superior armor, in my opinion, to the IS-6, and so I'm better able to hold my ground here against these Tier 9s. Now, what I ultimately wanted to show you guys in this video is how I'm controlling this engagement. I'm fighting on this side of this mountain, where I'm letting these two heavy tanks push very aggressively towards me, exposing their lower plate. They're open to artillery, and they're open to the allies that we have on this side fighting, whereas I'm somewhat able to protect my lower plate. I kind of wasn't doing a very good job there, but for the most part, I have a much higher chance of surviving their shots than they do me, because they're being too aggressive. They're thinking, oh, these premium tanks are just going to be cheese and they're going to slice right through them. But really, I'm forcing them to fight on my ground, my rules, and I think that's something that's really overlooked in World of Tanks, where every tank has its strengths and weaknesses, and as long as you can play your strengths well and force the enemy to fight on your terms, it's not that difficult to turn a bad situation into a good one. So looking at the map here, we're obviously winning in the south. They have their main force in the north, and as long as Matt and I can hold this area, even if we end up dying, the longer we can hold it, the more chances of us winning. But again, they were cocky, they were the high tier tanks, and they were way too aggressive, thinking that they could take me, and it ended up being their demise. So now I still have to be careful. I'm quite low on HP, and so I'm just cautiously trying to conserve it here. I say that and I take a shot from the Scorpion, but so trying to hit the Scorpion. Looked like I shot him, but actually hit the ground. Matt was the one that hit him there. So, but as you can see, it looks like we're winning quite well at this point, and it's because of what Matt and I did holding those heavy tanks back. Because if we had pushed and died towards the beginning of the game, they would have easily rolled behind us, and our team would have been surrounded, and probably 7 or 8 times out of 10 we would have lost that. So again, not playing aggressive can sometimes have its benefits as well. Again, playing to your strengths and playing on your terms is honestly the best way I can explain it. I've used this tactic for a while now, and there's no rule in World of Tanks to say that you can't cap base or you can't go hide in a hole somewhere. You can really do anything. You might get a lot of hate for it, but as long as you can control the engagement, and if you think long term, like, okay, as long as I can hold these guys off here, I know that our team will win. And if you can think of a whole game plan right at the start of the game, then you'll have a much higher chance of carrying and actually winning games versus just kind of willy-nilly, this is my favorite spot, so I'm going to go to it every single time. Really try to read what the enemy is going to do, and then I guess play way, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Play in a way that counters how you believe they're going to play. Usually, when there's high tier vehicles or good players, I won't really think, okay, these good vehicles are going to be here, so I'm going to go try to brawl it out with them. In fact, I think about how I can trap them, get them into the open, or get into a position where I can shoot them in the side or distract them. I'm constantly thinking of how to take out the most threatening opponents versus just going after them head on and just cross my fingers. So that's the way I'm able to maintain a 60% win rate, and I feel like anyone will be able to do that as long as you really exploit your tank's strengths and really try to predict what the enemy is going to do so you can better exploit your strengths. So right here, kind of goofed up, kind of was not really paying attention and kind of just getting greedy, I think, ultimately. I was going for the arty, but tried to get a shot in, waited way too long to aim, and took one to the side and died. But that's okay, our team completely cleaned up for this game, and there's really not much else to show here. So hopefully you got something out of that episode, and we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe.